Purpose.
Hello, welcome to Youth of Purpose, a show that is here to give you a platform as young people to be able to empower ourselves, but also put a brick in making sure that Uganda becomes better. And we want to be able to say Uganda is because we are. That's because of the brick that we have put in developing Uganda in all aspects. My name is Ivan Tumukunde. Welcome to the show. Youth of Purpose is here to give you that platform to come here and talk about everything under the sun as young people about Uganda and how you think Uganda should be and what you can be able to do actually to realize exactly that Uganda. Today on the show, we want to be looking at the impact that young people are having and basically the youth in Sembabule who are empowering single mothers to be able to have self-sustainability, support themselves, support their families, support their children, be able to put them in school to attain education. And basically that's the transformation that we want to be able to look at. We want to see how exactly are they doing that. We had them first here last year, and they were basically having a fundraising and launching the organization. So today we want to see what was the impact of that fundraising, what have they been able to do, and how far actually are their works. I'm certain you're going to be able to be inspired by this story, and certainly by the time we finish this show, you'll be able to make a decision or get started supporting the people in your community to make sure that when people are getting better, you know that you're part of those who have started such kind of initiatives. And I have Judith. Judith, welcome to Youth of Purpose once again. Kindly say hello to the viewer.
Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here for the second time. My name is Ambichile Judith Tumine, and I'm happy to be here.
Thank you, Judith. And also with her afro and looking so fresh, Tracy, say hello to the viewer.
Hello viewers, I'm so glad to be here once again. Thank you for welcoming us again, Mr. Ivan. My name is Tracy Ataire, and I'm so glad to give you my views again.
Thank you. For those people maybe who didn't watch our first episode, if you can help us, Judith, tell us about Sembabule Brotherhood Charity Organization.
Sembabule Charity Brotherhood Organization, it is a charitable organization. It started in 2022,
Yes.
and it is making the third year because this is 2024.
Yes.
And we've been blessed that God has been there for us. We are teaching 32 kids at Sweeties Lande and Boarding Primary School in Chera Sub-County, Sembabule District.
32
children.
kids. Wow.
Yeah, right off from baby class. One has completed P7. And we thank God for that.
So the last time you were here, you had the launch of the organization and the fundraising. Tell us, how was it?
Briefly, it was so amazing because I would like to thank whoever contributed for us. You really did a very good job that time because we were able to launch. We launched it, it was massive. Everything was okay. We got funds from you guys. Our numbers increased from 25 to 48. We really don't take that for granted. We have been able to establish other projects because of you, because funds didn't stop on launching, no, but we reinvested using your funds, people, and we are really grateful for what you're doing for us.
Okay. Tracy, why did you guys so much focus on single mothers, and what's your interest? Being youth, would expect that what you're going to be doing is going to be basically empowering your fellow young people maybe. Why did you put your focus so much on empowering single mothers, and what interests you in supporting these kids with single parents?
Yeah, well, if you're to look at a percentage in Uganda, you will see that poverty comes from maybe families which have been abandoned. Very many women have been abandoned by their husbands. Some died. You know how women are naturally and how weak they are. So we are doing this, we are focusing on these mothers so that they can be independent, so that they can bring something on table for themselves and support their kids. Not just relying on organizations, because sometimes you will find like maybe you want an organization to support you, but the organization maybe it's not willing, or it is willing and maybe funds are not there. And so we want to help these women do something for themselves and come up. What if we support these children and maybe at P7 we have reached at P7 and maybe we are not okay financially? What will they do? Will they leave their children to meander around? Of course not. They have to continue supporting them and by these projects that they are going to be doing. So it is a cry for attention for these single mothers so that they can also rise on their feet and support their own children.
Okay. Judith, what are the most challenges for this time that you've been engaging these single mothers and the kids that you're supporting in school? What are their biggest challenges, and what is the most cause of us having so many single mothers?
The first challenging thing is those people are not able to provide for their kids. That is the first challenge that I've witnessed, because they reach at the extent of losing what to give them, like food, you know, clothing and what, they don't have that. And it has been a challenging thing in that we as youth of Sembabule district who know what we are supposed to do, we have been able to witness it as a challenge, and we are willing to support them, maybe financially. That is the first challenge. And another challenge that I've seen, these people fall sick and they die. You know, they just fall sick and they die because they don't have funds to go maybe healthy care and what, to go and check for treatment, for checkup. So they just die, and it is a challenge to us. So that is why we decide to see it as Subako, as Sembabule Brotherhood Charity Organization, to sit and think about them, because they are our people.
Paint for us a picture for the lives of those kids before you got started supporting them. How were their lives? How were they living?
They were in a miserable state. I found them without any dressing. I found them in, you know, this condition, losing, actually, I found them in a condition that they couldn't afford what to dress up.
Like street kids.
They were like street kids. And another thing, you know, someone to go in someone's plantation just to get what to eat. Not working for money, not working for, but she's working for shelter, so that maybe kids can sleep. Working for a house to sleep. You see, I'm working for shelter. That is the condition that I found Mukti and the group in. I can say the name because she knows.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so looking at self-sustainability, why are you putting yourself so much on ensuring self-sustainability of these mothers?
There is time for everything, and everything can't be continuous. We are not looking at Sembabule as a district, but we are looking at Uganda as a nation. So I'm doing this that maybe one day when I'm called to go to help the Kalmoja people, the Ntoloko people, the other districts to mention, I should leave them somewhere. I should leave them with something. That is why we are teaching them handcrafts. That is why they are knitting baskets and other handcraft things. Talk about doormats, talk about the sanitaries. So there are very many things that we are teaching them, because we know that we can't be there every day, every time.
Yeah.
So let them sustain themselves in case of our absence.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so Tracy, what are some of those initiatives from the engagement that you had last year that you have put in place in this call for self-sustainability? What are you engaging these women in to ensure that they can be able to have that self-sustainability?
Yeah, so some of the things that we are actually engaging them into doing, one is farming. We are helping them to do farming. We have provided the seeds, and they are going to grow crops. They are going to grow maize. They are going to grow beans and other things that can actually, the produce that can come out with money. And then we have also engaged them in craft making, making shoes. I have forgotten my bangle. There is a bangle I have, and it is something that you can make with your hands. And we are engaging them in such activities. We have got for them someone who could train them how to do it better. And what we can actually help them, we are going to get them a market. After they have grown their crops, they have done crafts, shoes, bags, bangles and all that, we shall get for them a market. Because if we get for them a market, then they are able to get money. And if they get money, they are able to help us. We are helping them as they help us. Yeah.
So you are young people, and all that you're talking about are big things. How are you getting funding to be able to support all those activities? When you talk about farming, you need land. When you talk about definitely the fattening that you're doing, you need land. The materials to make all those crafts and all that, you definitely need money. So how are you getting the funds to be able to do all those initiatives, Judith?
As we said last year, we get our funds from subscriptions. We subscribe per month, and we use those subscriptions to put up those new projects. And the projects I'm talking about, she has already talked about them. So they've been helping us because subscriptions have helped us to put on that bull fattening project. They have helped us to buy them what they're supposed to use, the needles, and other things that they use to make those baskets.
Yes.
So I really thank these people that they've been committed and they've been there. We have been able to, to get those funds for our kids.
Yeah,
Yes.
and a salute to some people like Mr. Katerega Uthman. We have our Kano. We have, who else?
Canon Enoch
Yeah,
Mohammed.
Canon Enoch and other different big people, the
deputy-
RDC.
Deputy
those-
RDC,
yeah.
Mr. Faizo.
Those guys have been there for us. You know, you may be having friends, but like this money, you're even wondering, how are we getting this to be worked on? This money is little. If we are to talk about the subscription, it will be little. By the time you finish, maybe we are 25 board members. Just imagine we subscribe 10K every month. That is 250. 250 times 3 months, what is that? So it is still less money, but we have support from those big people. When we tell them that here we have this amount, they add something, and then we are able to support our people.
To add on her voice, you asked me the issue of land. Of course, that money can't purchase land,
Yeah, sure.
but I would like to take this opportunity to thank my dad. He has been able to provide. Mr. Charles, I love you so much. Tumine. He has provided us with land of 2 acres, and
Wow.
he's willing to fence that land for us so that we can get, because in June we are starting to plant. So, and he's willing to be with us, to supervise us. Remember, he's not part of this, but he loves what I'm doing. Yeah,
He's already part of it, the fact that he's supporting.
just know.
Wow, that's wonderful. Amongst those single mothers, do we have young mothers, young people who got pregnant maybe when they were still young? And
Yeah.
Yeah, they are there.
Because when you look at that issue of being single mothers, not that they lost their husbands, all of them. No. So they were impregnated during school, maybe P7, P6. As I interact with them, when I ask them what happened, where is your husband? Why are you alone? And why do you have kids? They just tell me that issue. They tell me that, truth be spoken, I was impregnated. And I don't know the person who impregnated me because, yeah. But we've been there. We don't want to know who or who.
The issue is you want to
help.
be
To
the
help
solution.
them,
Yeah, sure.
to be their father and their mother of their kids.
Exactly.
Great. On the part of being a solution is where we go in for a break. We come back continuing with this conversation on how these young people are empowering single mothers to have self-sustainability and be able to support their children to attain education. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You're still watching Youth of Purpose right here on UBC TV. We are broadcasting at Nile Avenue, Kampala. We are having young people here. We're discussing their role in empowering single mothers to attain self-sustainability. And they are telling us what exactly they are doing in Sembabule district. But they are looking at how they will be able to roll out their initiative all over the country. And at the moment, they are doing a number of initiatives in their district to make sure that they empower the single mothers such that they can support their children to attain education. So the fact that our focus right now is on self-sustainability, that means we need to solve something, provide a long-term solution. How can we be able to make sure that as a country, where it's avoidable, we don't have single mothers? Or what is the reason for having all these single mothers, and what can we be able to do? Because as you said, it's not that all the single mothers, their husbands have died. They are those people who have gotten children, either they are not married or those they are that are married. Maybe they get to separate with their spouse. How can we be able to make sure that those cases, majorly for the young women that you talked about, to avoid having young women that get children that are not planned for?
Yeah, sure. To talk about that issue, like, you cannot solve a problem if you have not gone deeper into understanding what the problem is and what is the cause of that problem. I won't mention names here, but I have some people I know, and the father left the mom and the children just remained there without the dad. The mother is always busy and all that. But when the children finished P7, they were not pushed because there were no funds. And what happens to a girl child? We are easily convinced. You know, education keeps us busy. It keeps us busy that even when you want to do certain things, you are focused on finishing something. So it's just a cry out to all parents, especially men. They should take responsibility of their children. If you're there and you're a man, you're a father, you really need to take care of your children. And if you're a mother also, you need to understand. What I know about this African setting is that we always fear our parents. You cannot sit down and share with mom, I'm seeing someone, mom, this and this, so that they can guide you. We always fear them, and we know that the moment you bring out and you're like, I'm seeing someone, they will just chop off your head. So instead of guiding us, we fear them.
And sometimes you seek for guidance from the wrong people.
Exactly. And you find when they have told you, you know what, you have to do this. And another thing is that we young ladies, we also have to know what we want in this world. You have to know what you want. I have discovered that out of 100%, 99%, 99 actually 0.9%, it is the life, we are living the life that we have chosen to live. We are affected by our own choices. So you just have to know that the choice you make will affect your decisions, will affect the way how your future is going to look like. So it is a call for all of them, educate them. Like right now, we are educating them. So we have to move around schools, tell them the importance of education, tell them the effects of all these things that they are involved in, tell them about adolescence. I feel like it is even not enough at school. They need guidance from their parents and people who are above, counselors and all that.
Yeah.
Great. Judith, what more do you think can be done to empower young girls such that we don't get so much of these issues of teenage pregnancy? Yeah.
Of course, what we are doing right now, it is empowering them.
Exactly.
One of the reasons why we come here is not that we want to show off. We just want to show the public that they can do what we are doing.
Exactly.
More so we, young girls, and other people or other girls that are seeing us, to be motivated that one day, one time, I can pursue my vision. That is the first thing that we can do. Another thing is by teaching them what they can do or what they can learn quickly.
Yeah, sure.
If you're to see the handcrafts, most of our single mothers, they're not educated. You see? And that is not the fact that they're not supposed to learn and they're not supposed to concentrate. Not really. We are trying our level best to tell them that they can be there no matter what. Being uneducated, it's not a crime for you not to go somewhere that you want to be or where you want to be. That is the reason why we are empowering them by teaching them these crafts, by telling them to motivate them. Sometimes I call them. I do have I do have meetings with them just to encourage them and to tell them what they're supposed to do. Sometimes I use an example as me, and I tell them that, you see me, you're older than me, but I can tell you something that will maybe build you. Or sometimes I tell them that when you be persistent, when you be patient, when you love what you want, you can achieve it. Meaning that when you teach your kid wholeheartedly, one day, one time, you will laugh like my parent, like someone's parent. Yes, that is how I can motivate them.
And Mr. Ivan, as you see in the African setting, in ATS, you can see that the rate at which women got pregnant before they got married was it was small. We are in a world full of immorality and judgment. But now we have to realize that what used to motivate those people not to go into this and that? What used it to motivate them? They knew what they wanted. They really did. And so we should look at our grandparents and how they have sustained their marriages, because it is not only about the young ladies, but what about single mothers who have abandoned? They don't want to be with men. They have a mind which is full of negative things about marriage. The moment you get out of marriage, just know that you're going to raise your children they don't learn anything from you. So I advocate for marriage also as a Christian. And
the family institution has to be supported.
Actually, that's why we, to supplement on your point, that is why we want to bring them to God.
Yeah, exactly.
Because every event we have, we want to be having those services. Prayer, to pray with them, to be in God, to love what they are doing, to support their kids, and to love Subako at large.
Exactly.
Wow, that's great. And what are the plans that you're having this year? What should people be excited about Subako? And yes, what should we expect?
You should expect a lot. One, expect the fruits of Subako right away from the launch. Expect fruits of Subako. What are the fruits that I'm talking about? Expect that empowerment, because this is a word, but expect an action in 2024. Expect improvement. Talk about the well-being of those women, you know, talk about being financially stable. So expect that, because we've already implemented it.
Do you have any activities coming forth?
True.
Okay, tell us about that.
We have a trade show.
Okay.
On
a
7th.
Trade show.
Trade show.
Okay. We have trade show.
You know, when you talk about trade shows and like, okay, so we are going to have something at UMA, you know,
that is
different companies coming to do exhibition.
What
exactly is going to be happening?
Maybe if they are willing to partner with us, because we are not dehanding someone from companioning with us, but we are allowing those people to teach us what you're supposed to be doing.
So what exactly is going to be happening at
we are having a trade show on 7th March at Hotel Rainbow, Sembabule district. And our parents will be leaders of that trade show. Apart from those people who want to partner with us, but we want to show the public what have they learned. What are we trading? Are our things, you know, trading? Are they pursued?
So on that trade show is where you're going to be exhibiting the crafts these people are making, all the trainings you've been giving them. You want them to showcase what they've been doing.
We are training them to learn, so that in the case of any question, how is this thing made, how is it done, how did you do it, they should tell you the exact thing, the exact process, because we don't want to pursue things to buy them. No, we want them to learn and tell you how they've come up with it.
Without forgetting the talent show.
Talent show. Because
So-
our kids are also
Yeah, so all these people that want to come and buy baskets and all that
doormats,
crafts.
dolls.
Yes.
Please come, please come.
And all those things have been
made by our
made
parents.
by your people
Yeah,
that you have
our
trained.
single mothers.
Okay.
And we really invite everyone to come and see what Subako parents have done and support us.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Okay. And then you have a part of that. You have a fundraising.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because when we have this function, like last time, we can't get tired of telling you what we are having. That's why we come here. We are young, but we are so passionate. We are young, but we have a vision. You know, dreaming is the best thing in life.
Yeah.
And someone with a dream can't be, you know, can't be, how can I call it? You can't fail to be beneficial in the world
When you
or
have
in
a
the
vision.
society when you have
Yeah.
a vision.
Yes.
So we dream big to be big, but to be big with our colleagues. And we don't want to be selfish.
Okay.
That is why we call you to be with us.
Great. Because of time, starting with you, Tracy, your last message to the people out there.
My last message to the people out there, especially single mothers, I would like to tell you that everything is possible with God. And it starts with you.
True.
Don't sit back and just, how do we call this? You hold your hands and you don't do anything about it. Just to do something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Judith,
Yes.
your last message.
My last message is have a vision to achieve your purpose in life.
Amen.
Thank you so much. When you see these two, you might think they finished university, they are working, they have a lot of money. Mind you, they are still at university pursuing their education, but that has not stopped them from starting such kind of an initiative to support these single mothers. And you too, where you are, you can be able to start from where you are to support your community and make it better. We believe with people like this, Youth of Purpose is going to transform this nation with you learning from their stories. I thank you so much for watching this show. My name is Ivan Tumukunde. See you next time.
Youth of Purpose.